What up, people? Welcome to the Push Wild Black Show. I'm your host, Christian, and this is the Bearscast for week 10. I guess this can be week 9 and 10 since I missed last week's 40-9 win over Buffalo. That game was kind of but that was a blowout game. Mr. Trubisky was okay, 12 of 20, 135 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Last week's game was showcased for defense because Nathan Peterman is trash and threw for 3 picks. There were issues offensively for both teams, and quite honestly, in the first half, Peterman had time and only got sacked 3 times. The rush was there. He got pressured, but it was Peterman and the wide receivers that were bad. As a matter of fact, if you watch the Buffalo Jets game, Matt Barkley makes that offense look totally different. Going into this week's game, though, going into this week's game, there you go. Though this was the beginning of a test for the Bears for the next 12 days. The Lions game today, the Vikings game next week. They got the Sunday night game that was flexed in, and then the early Thanksgiving game. So the question is, or was, are the Bears elite now? Listen, Matthew Stafford will throw you in a game and throw you out of one. I don't trust the Lions and the Vikings, but if Matthew Stafford had a good game today, this was going to be a shootout. I didn't have to worry about that, though, because the Bears won 34-22, and it wasn't that close. Career day for Mr. Trubisky, 23 of 30, 355 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. He still overthrew people in the game, but the first quarter was awesome. I think Mitch completed his first 7 passes, including on that first TD drive for 75 yards. He was 4 for 4 in that drive. Weapon of the week was Allen Robinson with 6 receptions, 133 yards, and 2 touchdowns, although Anthony Miller had a 5 reception, 122 yard, and 1 touchdown day. Defensively, Bears were awesome. That rush is back. The pass rush is back. Khalil Mack started today. He had a sack. 1 of 6 by the Bears. They got to Matthew Stafford 6 times. And he was coming off a game where he got sacked 10 times. Bears recovered a fumble and got 2 interceptions, although it could be argued because of where they put the Bears in field position that Prince Amukamara should have dropped that interception. Speaking of that, Mitch has to throw that ball away. That was a safety, but they called it the opposite and they couldn't overturn it based on the footage. I'll take it, though. I am a little annoyed that the Lions outscored the Bears 15-8 in the second half, including 12-0 in the fourth quarter. The Bears defensively, not even defensively, the Bears have not had a complete game other than Tampa Bay. Like the offense has always been good in the first half, first quarter, but throughout the games this season, they have issues closing. I also don't like the fact that Parkey left 8 points on the field, missing 2 field goals and 2 extra points. But the Bears did what they're supposed to do, man. They beat up on an average team having a bad season. The real test for this team is the Vikings. Although, like I said earlier, I don't trust the Vikings because Kirk Cousins could throw you out of a game too, but he can throw you in a game. I watched him when he was in Washington, and when he's good, he's good, and when he's bad, and he throws picks. So, if you pressure him, and if you pressure him, he'll throw into coverage. Excuse me, like crazy. So So the Bears are 6-3. I am very happy that they're 6-3. They may not be 8-8. They may be 10-6. This season, which means they may win the division and they may get in the playoffs. Which this will be their first playoff appearance if they make the playoffs since 2010 season. But yeah, I'm happy, man. This is another short one, but yeah, this really was a good game. Really wasn't much bad to talk about. I do want to say that the challenge management for this game on both coaches was really bad. Nagy needs to throw that challenge flag a little quicker, or whoever's in charge of checking those replays needs to get the signal out there, because that should have been challenged and they would have won that challenge. But other than that, it was a pretty dominant game on both sides. It wasn't a complete game, but it doesn't matter because they won. Hopefully, they'll tighten up the kicking situation, because when you get to the playoffs, that needs to be tightened up, because there's going to be close games and you can't be missing field goals and extra points like that. You know, that was it could have easily put up 40 or maybe a little more if that situation was better. But anyway, I will see y'all guys next week. I am out.